Let's just play the f***ing game, okay? Yes, load. I'm ready. I'm not ready, but let's do it. These same security guards are dedicated to this, district court. October 13th, 9:36 a.m., district court, defendant lobby number 4. Hey, Nick! What is it? Is something wrong? Nah, but did you see all the people here? It's crazy. Oh, so check out the Mask Star Damask glossy I bought. What? His music is actually slapping. You bought this? Where?
From the little tents in front of the courthouse. They have all sorts of things for sale.
You know I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Oh my god, Mask Star Damask publicity photo stuck into the court record. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me ask a question. So if this emblem is top secret, maybe, I hope I'm not making a fool of myself. I mean, bro, just the symbol itself, it doesn't have to be the colors. There's one on his hat, it's his damn mask for crying out loud, and it's also on his chest. What else is there about this photo that I would have to point out? Maybe the emblem, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. The clothes... something, I don't know. Let me check profiles again. Larry, Adrian, Phoenix for some reason. Mask Star Damask, Luke, Ron, Desi, Adrian. Okay, and my other evidence, Jesus Christ. The Magatama. The picture of the urn. Amifei's golden statue. The sacred urn itself, which I don't know why it looks like that. It doesn't. It's brokey. The calling card with the secret emblem on it. The camera data, which shows that the camera went off once at around 1 a.m. the night of the crime. The Shichishido. The security camera photo, which is this, right? I immediately see something already. I pointed that shit out. Look, there's no emblem on his chest. What the hell is going on here, actually? Alright, let's do it. I'm confident. Come on, I'm guilty. Throw the book at me.
Who's screaming like that?
Oh, Mr. Wright, you made it. Yeah, I did. I'm your lawyer. But it doesn't look like things are going to get any less ugly for you. Because I did it! I'm the criminal, me! He's at it again. I sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor, I admit it! But you don't have the sacred urn, right? You keep saying you returned it. Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that I didn't commit the crime. Normally when I say, of course you didn't, I'm being sarcastic. But you? Yikes. Anyway, I admit that I'm guilty. So make sure they give me a guilty verdict, please. Oh, there you are, Ronnie. Bonjour, sweetie. Oh, Desi, honey. Bonjour. Well, actually, I don't really know why I should be speaking French to you at a time like that. Leave it all to me, Ronnie. I swear I'll protect you. Well, you see, actually, the thief is, Can I tell you something, Nicky boy? I can guarantee that my Ronnie is innocent. If he's declared guilty, I'll be ever so cross with you. So why are you smiling when you say that, you psychopathic actual Mask Star Damask bitch? Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got some errands I need to take care of. I'm counting on you, Nicky boy. Good luck. Be gone. Thought. To be honest, I really don't know whether Ron is Mask Star Damask or not. I kinda think he's not, personally. But there's only one thing I am sure of. Okay. He doesn't have the sacred urn right now. Which, okay, I'm gonna have to remember, but I'm going to forget naturally. Mr. Delight, it's time for you to enter the courtroom. For the time being, I guess I'll have to trust Desiree. Alright, 10 o'clock. Yep, October 13th, 10 a.m. District Court, defendant, or courtroom number 6. There go Godot. There go Godot. Or whatever the f his name is. Oh, I missed you, Judge. I missed you, Judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. This is Troy Baker for real. It's not Virgil. I was gonna make a Virgil joke, but Virgil would not be caught dead in this shit. No way. With earrings? Piercings? Whatever. No, sir. No, sir. What about the prosecution? Are you prepared to... What a stupid question. What did you say? Fine. Let me ask you then, Your Honor. Are you ready? I don't know his voice. It'll come to me eventually, but I'm just gonna talk. Are you ready to pass judgment? No, I'm not. I will pass judgment after I hear arguments from both sides. Well, if you're not ready yourself, you shouldn't expect others to be. That's a rule to live by. Who are you? The fuck is this jazzy track, bro? Okay, wait, let me feel this a little bit. I have to do something really quick, hold on. This man's just gonna have, like, a sexy voice, I guess? Or just a chill, kinda cool, like, I don't really give a fuck. I am Godot, legendary prosecutor. I've never lost a case.
Ah! He's the one that Detective Atme was talking about.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. What kind of cases have you dealt with so far? Ha! None. What did you say? I've never prosecuted a case before. Never? But you said you've never lost before. Exactly. I've never lost. I've never won before either. Quite arrogant for a beginner, aren't you? Even the mightiest of redwoods begin their lives as mere saplings. Yes, but a mask in a court of law. Don't you know anything? No matter the man, we all wear masks. Either on our faces or over our hearts.
This guy is the real deal, alright, Nick?
Why does this seem like all prosecutors are the real deal? So we finally meet, Mr. Phoenix Trite. Ellipses?
Nick, is he a friend of yours?
No, I don't have any friends that call me Trite. Just who the hell is this guy? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you, Dante. No, I can't call him Dante. Phoenix looks like Virgil, to be honest. Well then, Prosecutor Gobo? It's not Gobo. It's Godot, Your Honor. In any case, please give your opening statement. Opening statement? Those things are not fit for even dogs to consume. I have only one thing to say before we start. To you, Mr. Trite. What is it? Are you familiar with the saying, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? I wonder how much you can withstand before you and your case break in two? Ellipses. What the fuck? Well then, let's hear from the first witness. Hey, pal. My name is No one has asked for your name, witness. The important thing is what you know. That's all. Start talking. We're listening.
Yes, sir. All right, witness. First, let's hear about what you know about the thief that stole the urn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. Gumshoe has, like, just a basis for his voice. I don't think he has a definitive voice. Mask Star to Mask's crimes.
Mask Star to Mask is a master thief that first started his crime spree 6 months ago. He's so confident that he sends his calling card before he even commits the crime. This was his 5th heist, and as usual, he sent a card on to Lordly Taylor. His pattern is to always go after only the most precious art pieces. That's why we're sure it was Mask Star to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T.
It doesn't. I mean, he got his picture taken. He also knocked out at... Okay, whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on.
So then the actual identity of this Mask Star to Mask is... Mr. Godot. What are you...
Coffee talk?
We're in the middle of a trial, Mr. Godot.
Blacker than a moonless night. Hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. I'm sure you can grant me at least this much, Your Honor. Oh, please, proceed.
Very well. It's only coffee after all.
What? You can't be letting him slide this early in the trial, Judge. Have some... Boy.
Proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Well, as long as they haven't brought up Mr. Delight's identity, all we can do is show that it wasn't Mask Star to Mask who stole the urn. Which is hard because there's a picture. But at the same time, that picture and the picture that Maya gave to me don't match, and I already pointed that out, and I guess that's where we're going. I think. Nothing definitive quite yet. Let's just press, as always. Okay, started 6 months ago. Have you been involved in the investigation from the beginning? Mr. Detective Gumshoe, what?
Yep. Nobody knows more about the thief than me, pal. It's true. I'm a Zvari, author on thieves.
Ellipses.
An author? He's written books about thieves?
I think he probably meant to say authority.
The fact that this guy can slip through even my fingers shows how good he is, pal.
It's easy when those fingers happen to be butterfingers. So nobody knows more about the thief than you, huh?
You got it, pal. Except maybe for the thief's mom, that is.
But isn't there someone who knows even more about him than the police?
You don't mean Detective Zvari, do you? Who is this person? Zvari? He sounds German. His name is Luke Atme, sir. I guess I shouldn't have made up such a silly name for him.
What the heck? Guess he's not all that famous after all. Facts. Like, oh, I didn't think so anyway.
Anyway, it's true that he did manage to retrieve the last item the thief stole. Oh, I see. It seems you're not the expert you claim to be, Detective Gumshoe. It looks like the thief is toying with me even now. Damn.
So confident that he sends his calling card before even committing the crime. Have you seen all of these so-called calling cards?
Of course I have. Except, the person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police.
The person in charge of the treasure exhibit never brought their card to the police. Adrian Andrews, what are you doing?
So I didn't see this one until after the crime occurred.
That's because Detective Atme stopped Miss Andrews from taking it to the police.
He did, actually. Okay, I'm sorry, Adrian.
Was the calling card that Lordly Taylor received authentic? Well, all the cards have one common identifying feature. But we're not releasing that information to the general public. But you're absolutely certain that this card is real?
You can't say it out loud, but I bet he's talking about Mask Star to Mask's emblem. So this is 5th heist as usual. Here I go with my yawns already, dude, fuck. 5th heist, he sent a calling card to Lord Lieutenant. LB. His 5th heist, and your 5th screw-up, huh?
Objection, pal. That ain't fair. Maybe you could say I screwed up 4 times. But this last time wasn't my fault. I didn't know about the calling card this time.
You of all people shouldn't be chuckling about this Detective Gumshoe.
I just want everyone here in the courtroom to know something. If you ever get a calling card from this guy, don't call some stupid private eye. Call your local police right away. You got me?
Wow, it looks like he's really got it in for Detective Atme.
Yeah, okay. His pattern is to always go after the most precious art pieces. Yeah, a broken urn. Art pieces? Like what, for example?
Well, his first target was the famous Tear of Eminon.
What's that? Some kind of especially salty teardrop?
No, sir. It's a blue diamond. A single rare diamond. Next was the Crown of Bangora. You know, the thing you put on your head. After that was the Left Hand of Hades, and then the Portrait of Magina. Sir, Detective Atme retrieved the Portrait of Magina and returned it to the museum.
And the target of his 5th and last robbery was the Sacred Urn, right?
But isn't it difficult for him to dispose of such famous art pieces?
Well, we assume he must have some underworld connections.
Somehow, Mr. Delight doesn't look the type.
Yeah, he's a little too sunny to be hanging out in the underworld. Funny. Funny, funny, funny. What do you mean when you say it fits his MO to a T?
I was thinking of asking the same thing myself.
I wish you would listen a little more closely, pal. First of all, there's the calling card. We're 100% certain it's authentic. Then there's the fact that he seemed to know all about the security system. And finally, his target was an art piece. These are all part of the thief's modus operandi.
And so, since this robbery seems to fit all of those conditions...
That's right. It meets that Mask Star to Mask is behind it. It means that.
Nick, it definitely looks like it was Mask Star to Mask who stole the urn.
But there's no real evidence either way as to whether Ron Delight is Mask Star to Mask.
But...
Also, the urn hasn't turned up yet, let alone in connection to Mr. Delight himself.
So even though we know it was Mask Star to Mask that did it...
Maybe for the time being, I should try to show it wasn't Mask Star to Mask that did it. Master Thief that started his career. Okay, so I pressed him on everything and I didn't get new evidence, so I do have to present something. Or maybe I can go back and press again? Let me try something. Cause dude, like... Let me just present this picture, bro. Okay, that didn't work. It's broken. Like... That was the one thing I was kind of caught up on. Okay. It fits his MO to a T. I think it's this. Really? Really? No, don't save. Load. No L's here. Sorry. Alright, so okay, so first off, we're trying to prove that it wasn't Mask Star to Mask. Oh. No? Fuck. Okay, I'm terrible right now. Let me think. Let me think more. Well, let me press again, actually. Yeah. Have you been involved with the investigation from the beginning? No. Yep. Somebody was Vari. Yeah, okay. Vari's right. Butterfingers. I pressed harder and nothing happened. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I love being stumped, on the very first thing. But let me figure it out. That's why we're sure it was Mask Star to Mask, sir. It fits his MO to a T. Oh, but it has no monetary value. Okay, I gotta read evidence now. Okay. See, I figured it out. Once you read evidence, you know. Once you're, like, not incompetent anymore, you figure it out. Can I ask you a little something, Detective Gumshoe?
Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous.
You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right?
That's right, pal.
But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art.
What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible... You said... Okay, I'm not... No, just let it go. Move forward. I'm not gonna get caught up on anything today. No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price.
Well, Prosecutor Godot, what is the value of that urn?
The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it. And I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask Star to Mask would normally go after.
Ugh. Oh, shit.
I understand. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the sacred urn was not the work of Mask Star to Mask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but...
Well... First of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask Star to Mask or not? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Godot?
This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godot number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down on the acidity, or the bitterness. That's the only thing I've got my mind on right now, Mr. Trite.
What?
If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess.
Sorry, but I don't get what you mean.
If you're saying it wasn't Mask Star to Mask that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask Star to Mask's methods. A fake.
A fake Mask Star to Mask?
Fake the mask? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
I don't know why that's so funny, dude. No way.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Trite. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Taylor that night was actually a fake.
Gulp. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godot's behavior, his point is valid.
His voice is changing. Like,
Having my voice go this low
all the time, like, it does not feel good on my throat muscles.
Mr. Wright, we're waiting.
Like, it's not so low, but it sounds like he's old or something. I don't know. I got that from another stream, I'll be honest. I got that from another person's playthrough. I'm stealing. Looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake Damask. I can't say fuck. Bro, the picture. The proof is right here. Let's just save, because I know this is wrong. Never mind, I got it right. But still.
This just looks like a photo taken by a security camera.
But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us. It's right here, of course.
You mean Starred Mask?
I have here a piece of reference I would like the court to take a look at. Thank you, Maya. Isn't that the publicity photo I bought this morning? I pointed this shit out. I'm smart. Big brain Capcom powers. Activate. The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on Damask's chest.
A breach. Here, bailiff. Get my steed. We need to retreat at once.
A brooch, you dumbass. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on.
A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now.
But the mask starred a mask in the security camera photo. He has no brooch.
That brooch is the same as the emblem on Damask's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this mask starred a mask is a fake.
I've been fooled again! Liquid!
Order! It's true. Undeniably true. Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this?
I might go back to his deep voice. I'm not feeling that, to be honest.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I'd...
Hey now. If you're gonna have a pity party, invite me too.
Mr. Godot, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch?
The brooch you're talking about? Gulp. You're dumb sus. You're dumb sus. You know why I'm thinking you're dumb sus, bro? All I'm saying is... Nah, see, it can't be him. I thought it was him, but look. Like, his little, chin stash goes up to, like, you know, his lower lip. I thought he was Mask Star to Mask, because, you know, they both wear masks. It's easy. But... his shit doesn't... Yeah, okay. Do you mean this? That's Mask Star to Mask's brooch.
Where did you find it?
Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddhist statue. Buddha statue? Ami, yeah, Ami Faye.
Why didn't you tell me about that, sir?
I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence. This guy is one cool customer. It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? Ellipses. That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too.
Hickeys?
Figuratively speaking, of course. I'm referring to Rondelight's fingerprints.
What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch?
Shit. Alright, well now we have to prove it wasn't Ron now.
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Godot, let's see that brooch.
I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her.
It appears to have been torn off some clothing.
Okay.
There's a little bit of cloth left on the back.
Obviously, there must have been a big struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh. Phoenix. We have a problem. Found in the shadow of Ami Faye's statue, looks like it was torn off of some clothing. Huh. You mess with Godot. And you get burned. It's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness.
Huh? You're done with me, but I haven't proved anything yet.
You've proven your own incompetence. That's good enough.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom.
Finally. Time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? All three of these gentlemen have very different voices, and I'm ready for it. 1 second is one drip of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Shh, silence.
Ellipses.
Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What's clear?
Zvari!
The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me.
What we have here is
a judge and a prosecutor. A coffee maniac at that.
Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right.
Ha. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, Sir Prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atme, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens.
Boy, these two make a perfect pair. They'd either be best friends, or they'd tear each other's heads off.
I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. My specially made monocle is worth more than 100 Detective Gumshoes. If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
You have a point.
Why was this guy all by himself anyway? There must be some reason. I'm sure of it.
Well then. Well then, tell us what this special monocles of... Tell us what this special monocle of yours witnessed.
Okay. Okay, what I witnessed by Luke Atme. Okay.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed.
That's when my nemesis, the infamous Mask Star Damask, dancingly descended upon me.
Just as I began to turn,
the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head.
Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike.
When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
Okay.
So you didn't get a clear look at the criminal?
My specially made monocle never misses a thing.
However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range.
Yawning because these voices exhaust me to a level I cannot withstand.
Both, of course. That's only natural.
Ellipses. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, Sir Oldtimer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the great mask-starred Mask. My archenemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Will do, Your Honor.
What I witnessed. I do not have the physiology for doing this. This is the third game. I'm so close to finishing. It's approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, and let me save, because, yeah. Hold it! Luke! So that would be 1 o'clock on the morning of the 12th, correct? That's an impressive deduction, Sir Lawyer. You were on security duty that night. Where exactly were you at the time? A penetrating question. I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Near the computer, huh? Near the computer, huh?
Then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it?
Up to this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Gumshoe also said that they've never spotted the thief at the crime scenes before.
Precisely. That is precisely why I chose not to hide last night. I knew that by not concealing myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. Looks like the thief was the only one applying pressure. On your pigeony head, that is. Dumbass.
In any case...
That's where my dancingly descended. From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me, please. Please. So how is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls.
But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. Look at me. It can only be due to his subtly camouflaged cape and soft-soled shoes. I hereby dub Ace Dunce. I tried to think of something clever to say there, I couldn't. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. You know what? I don't have a picture of where the blood splatter was. Damn. Okay. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall. That's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately I had on my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. Okay, it captured this image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here.
Ah, yawning! I need to do more cardio, evidently.
Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony.
Darkness swallowed me. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone.
This dude could low-key have Snake's voice, and I wouldn't care. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. It's almost like you're useless. That's certainly some very impressive detective work. Got him. Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Yes, actually. Yes, I have. Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher, actually.
And what happened?
I was knocked out and actually got amnesia, but still won a case, so beware of my skills.
And you lost your memory, too.
You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you?
The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with, idiot. I may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then...
30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. Okay. So 1:30, maybe? About this 30 minutes. My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold.
So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say, Your Honor. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether. Just what is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about Detective Atme. How could he not have noticed when the thief came in?
Facts. Also, he says he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back. But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date change. Yep, so we're starting over. Big brain power today. Big brain power today. Mr. Atme. Could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Mask Star Damask. It is. In point of fact, Mask Star Damask's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Huh. Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off.
Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have a struggle with the thief. The only person that was on the security duty that night. You, Detective Atme. So he is lying. Usually when sprites like that, we got him. Detective Atme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime, and for some reason is not, like, given out more in these games.
No, wait just a moment, Sir Oldtimer.
Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home.
I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is in the amount of work he does. That's what I always say.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right?
Shut up, Maya.
Witness, so are you now saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
Indeed. I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely.
Okay, yay, different testimony. I feel like we're moving quick. We've had 3 different testimony within an hour. We're making good progress. Fight with the thief.
Indeed.
It's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However,
Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated.
Unfortunately, The thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. Okay.
So in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask Star Damask?
Correctamundo, Sir Judge. It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind.
It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. Well, that's certainly understandable. I, myself, always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. How the what? Wait, it was during his third crime? What does he mean by that one? Wait, what? Okay. Just press. Okay. So, why did you look away from the door anyway? That was your only job.
In addition to the camera, I had prepared a variety of other sensors as well.
Okay, here we go, new evidence. Okay. The alarm on one of those had gone off, so I had to check the data. That's why I went to the computer, elegantly of course. So you were momentarily vulnerable when you were working on the computer. What should I do? Should I ask him more questions? Ask about the sensor. What kind of sensors are you talking about?
There are other places in the basement that someone could enter and exit from.
There are air conditioner ducts, sewer pipes, and a cat door as well. I hooked up heat-detecting infrared and ultraviolet sensors to each of them. It's a lot of hardware. Was it all yours? Lordly Taylor Department Store was kind enough to provide me the monitoring hardware. Naturally, the security camera that took the photo belongs to them as well. In other words, he couldn't have rigged the equipment. Couldn't have rigged the equipment, huh? Right. As that cleared up any doubts you had about me, Sir Lawyer. Idiot. However, look at me cannot... Let me actually go back and just immediately press him on the other one as well, just in case. So, did that computer belong to Lordly Taylor as well? That's a dumb question. Correct. Well, except for the program that manages the data. That was specially designed by me. Look at me! In that case, he could have easily manipulated the data. Facts! He used the software, right. What's wrong, Sir Lawyer? However, look at me cannot be so Okay, now do I have to press this again? So why did you look away from the door? In addition to the preparation? Right. Okay, I have my own... Okay, wow, okay, I guess I don't have to, okay. Okay. Next thing, okay. I'll be so discombobulated, okay. What does that mean, discombobulated? I'm dumb, I passed the bar, but I'm also an idiot.
Young people these days, they really irritate me.
Honestly, youths these days. Where's Wendy Oldbag?
They allow perfectly good old words to die until everyone forgets what they mean.
I'm sorry, Judge, but what exactly does it mean? Just help me.
Now I've forgotten. What was I saying?
Jeez. It's better than old people who forget what they were saying 5 seconds ago. That's not funny. That's called dementia / Alzheimer's, and that's not funny. Well, it looks like we've cleared that up. You can go on with your testimony, look at me. Fortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. What do you mean by weapon from the side? Which side? Speak.
Naturally, that thief had no idea that I, look at me, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, the blade was not sharp.
Okay, so he is talking about the Shichi Shido.
So the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, a witness?
True gentleman fights only with his fists. You're not enough. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities. What are you, Sherlock Holmes? But of course, in college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club. I boxed at Cambridge. Holmes.
I'm sorry if I fail to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask Starred Mask. This guy's a real piece of work. Okay, okay. Yep, bam, that's all she wrote. Right, okay. Okay, he keeps saying that, but that can't be. Okay, he's saying they did tussle, though. Okay, can you tell us a little more about what happened? Please. My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. I assumed the at-me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Yeah, what about that flash of light? What? So what was this flash of light that blinded you? I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of that woman. The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This look at me guy. He's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. I'm not! I hate when Phoenix does this. And about the true nature of this detective. What is the shining light that would have come from the Ami Faye statue? Wait. It wouldn't have been a picture. I mean, it's shiny. It could have been a light reflection off of the thing. Not the camera taking the picture, because that would just be a flash. Hold on, hold on. Indeed, it is either... Okay, from a brief moment. Oh, wait. His first blow struck true. Bam, that's all she wrote. A true gentleman fights only with his fists. Okay, wait. Let me actually press him on this again. No, that was kind of stupid. Okay. I'm not losing any health. Sorry. Cop out. Cop out. Oh, wait. Let me actually press this again. Actually, you know, fuck it. Let's just ask him about the at-me fighting style. Is that a fucking Dante style? At-me fighting style. I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get behind you. That's it? That's the at-me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
It was very important, actually. Yes, of course it's important. We learned a detective's secret technique, after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Okay, now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret bit of information to your testimony.
Okay, see what happens when you just try shit. Stop. I put my back to the wall. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye. I put my back to the wall. If you put your back to the wall, he can't hit you on the back of the head, dumbass. Detective at-me. Your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. Do you watch that show?
What fun is this, Sir Lawyer? It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you.
Sword Master. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No, the coward must have wormed his way in through somewhere besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. Yep, I got it right. I got it right pretty much.
From behind, huh?
But just now, you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I really didn't see that. I was just more focused on the back of the head, but still, I got it right. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. I read that terribly, actually. Ugh. It seems I've made another mistake. Commander. Detective Atme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help you with security. Ugh. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong. I'm still gonna do the sexy voice. That doesn't change anything. To, is human. To forgive divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls and feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate, and yes, they even make mistakes. I'm spitting bars. Okay. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Nani? I have the Nani sound effect. Hold on, I can play that. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be the chance to turn things around, I agree. Okay.
Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting?
Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... I really want to say this, but I can't, because if you look at the picture... Dude, his nose wouldn't fit. Unless his nose is fake, but there's nothing about that. What the right now. Shit. I can save, right? Okay. Fuck it. Okay, yeah. But my health went away. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually Mask Star Damask. I was right, holy f***.
Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. Dude, this dude's sprite actually scared the shit out of me. Like, I was right? That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are in fact Mask Star Damask. That one right there scares the shit out of me. I'm spitting everywhere.
But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Mask Star Damask.
His nose!
This security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor Department Store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness?
Oh my god, this man is so frightening. Okay. Nightmares. This is like little kid nightmares, bro. No way.
The mask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atme, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance!
Yes. Time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin with the save button. Detective Atme, when you assume— You did not just f***ing do that. Godot Blend number 102. My personal favorite.
Mr. Godot.
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true.
But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points and
I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of a whole cloth. He has V! His voice is gonna be V from Devil May Cry. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face, you huge eyeball-having bitch.
Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have. Quickly.
Huh? Yeah, sure. What's the big rush? Well, I've been recording for 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's a rush. Are you alright, Nick? Edme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. Me too, actually. But can I really do it? You know what? I could... if you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th. Bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day and say... If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. I don't remember reading that. Found at KB Security. It's Ron's wallet. Found in Ron's wallet. Opens to security. Striking a pose. Shit. Hold on. The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact Mask Star the Mask. You know what? Let's try it. Let's just try something. As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor.
Okay, then let's see it. Very well then, let's see what you've got.
Please present proof that Mask Star the Mask is actually Mr. Luke Atme. It can't be, could it be the picture? Can't be anything over here. I want to say, for some reason, the statue. Here's your proof. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, it looks like you, yeah. Yep. Alright. No, thanks, I'm good. Alright, I'll take that L, actually. I'll take that L. What do I do now? Another mistake and I'm through without some... Okay. You know what? If it's giving me this choice again, I don't have anything, actually. Let me save some. Proof? Of course I I've got nothing. Huh. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad things get, after all.
I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion, Mr. Wright. You've let me down.
This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy's the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. Just not ready yet. What? Are you going to just give up and let us lose this? No, of course not. So, you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer? Can't think of a counterattack at all. Damn it.
It seems that the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have...
Mia? What? Oh, Larry? Don't be fucking Larry. No, wait. Ron? Oh, that's right. She didn't want us to find Ron, guilty.
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? You actually are on our witness list, actually, I think. Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. Desiree coming through with some evidence?
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Ooh. Ooh. Look at this shit. It's not put back together properly. Look at that shit. It's put back together properly. Bro. No, not the bag. I have the bag. It's what's in the bag. Well?
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn! Let's go! Order! Order!
You, madam. That urn. Where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme! Wow! What the okay? Oh, Desi, you're the best. Found in the office of Luke Atme has pink splotches all over it. Pink splotches. Pink splotches! You know what else had pink splotches? The pink shit at the basement warehouse. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Ellipses. Even you are going to have to, Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Objection! Pathetic.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at the Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yeah, what about it? Yeah, what about it? Sorry, I said her. I spoke like Maya there for a second, my bad. Huh. How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? What are you insinuating? Oh my god, these voices, dude. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. Are they working together, low-key? Or is this just him? Is this just him being a prosecutor? So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just bought it here from the detective's office. Gulp gulp. Please, madam.
This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light, please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. Okay, I've got to prove that the urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Bah! Okay, testify about what I saw. Wait, I've got to prove that was actually in. No, because I didn't see it in there. Show fingerprints on the urn. Did I see pink shit in his office? Testify. Ellipses. What's wrong? Isn't it your job to come up with something to say? Nick, come on. It should be easy to prove. After all, we checked out that bag. That was his bag. Oh my gosh, I thought it looked slightly familiar, dude. No way. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Shit. You're right. I remember doing that. Whatever was in there, it was hard and round and smooth, too. Yes, it must have been the urn. It must have. But I never actually saw it with my own eyes. Ellipses?
NANI?
Atme walked in just when I was about to have a look at it. I haven't edited the previous video. So even if it was the urn in there, I can't testify that it was. Ugh, you're right. Huh. It looks like I was wrong about you, Mr. Trite. In this town overflowing with lies, there's still a single flickering candle of truth. Nicky boy.
Well, it's true that I never actually saw the urn. But maybe I can still testify about it from another angle. The shit that I pointed out, I'm right. Okay.
What about it, Mr. Wright? Have you given up yet?
Okay, there must be some way. Okay. I've got to prove that the urn... Okay, I can't prove... Oh, wait, show fingerprints. No, okay, I can't prove anything yet. Okay. I can't prove anything yet. But Nick! Here we go.
Very well. It looks like that's all then.
Did I just lose?
Exactly.
And this urn is all the proof... Nope, they wouldn't show me red text if I am going to a immediate loss.
All the proof I need to make my case.
What?
You still don't get it, huh? Listen closely, Mr. Trite. This is the urn that Mask Star Damask stole, right? Now the wife of the accused comes strolling in here with the very same urn, correct? Now, who would you think is the thief?
No, that's wrong. That's not why I've got... Nick! You can't let him do this! This isn't good. There has to be another way around this. I agree. Your Honor, please let me think over it one more time.
Mr. Wright, it's high time that you learn your lesson. This courtroom is no place for poorly thought out or rash declarations.
I have to be careful. He won't be so nice next time. There must be some way. I've got to prove that that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Oh my... Fine, the fingerprints then! Jesus. Okay. Yes, I can testify about where it was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, huh?
Oh, come on! I forgot his voice already.
Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed.
Ellipses? Nani?
May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see, and my giant-ass ring. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything. What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do? I don't know, I selected every option! I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. Atme. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Found in the office, has pink splotches all over it. Bro. Okay, bro. He seems to know me somehow. Ooh, I didn't read that. He seems to know me somehow. Yo, deadass, is that Doug Swallow? He's not dead, bro, he's not dead. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Just say him, bro.
Let me give you an important piece of advice. The only one who keeps a cool head all the way until the game's end is the winner.
Let me give you an even more important piece of advice, Mr. Wright. You are not going to win this game with that answer.
Wow, even the judge is making cool, snappy remarks now. Does that mean I was wrong again? Yes, I took some damage. The urn was put in that bag and carried to the detective's office yesterday. That means the person I should be fingering... Paul, stop. The person who left their prints on the urn yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. The person who... Do you really think there's someone that could fit the bill? Adrian, maybe? She kind of worked with him, kinda, right? Name another person. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Oh god, this is a mess, bro. Your Honor, please give me just one more chance, please. Yes. Okay. Okay, the person who... Wait, the urn was put in that bag and carried to the detective's office yesterday. That means the person I should be fingering is the person who left their prints on the urn yesterday at the Atme Detective... I'm a fucking idiot, bro. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Me. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open this private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy, Nick. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. Taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there! Okay, he interrupted us. It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside. I'm an idiot, actually. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. No pause, actually. Yeah, fuck it, we're just going full innuendos from now on. I don't care.
Well, that was just, my private collection.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on the urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proved that the urn was in Detective Atme's office. That's facts, okay? That's what we were trying to prove. I'm so dumb sometimes, actually. I'm like this. Deadass. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? It's not what I say, but what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. Oh my gosh, like I said, bro, I haven't edited the investigation video. I'm at a loss. I remembered a few things, but not in the long run. I thought maybe I could make it more valuable looking. Yeah, tap that shit. If she polished it that much, then she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it was the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency.
This blend, Godot blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all. It's a little bit bitter, huh? Kept you waiting, huh?
Order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait.
Wait a moment, Your Honor.
There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down, only an hour and a half in. Sparkle.
Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask Star to Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
What?
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atme's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Okay, this isn't over. This isn't over yet. I guarantee you, obviously. Like, not the case itself, but like this trial.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. I know this game, I know this series and how it works, dude. There's a twist somewhere coming. There's a hold it coming somewhere.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
You're wrong. Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say.
He's not.
This can't be happening. The thief. The sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. I'm him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief, I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please.
Ellipses.
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
Stop. Yeah, the true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please, Judge, hurry and pass your...
What are you talking about? I already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Haha. Bitch.
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee.
Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir. If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Mask Star to Mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick. What the fuck? It's kinda cute. What the fuck? He's 100% committed to his fantasy. He's delusional! Prove it! I can prove he works at K&B Security, dude. I can prove he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. Let's go, let's do it.
Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail. I swear.
Okay then.
Talk. We're all listening.
Oh well. Let's all have a listen to this confession.
God damn it! Mask Star to Mask's identity witness testimony.
The truth is, I've been Mask Star to Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Mask Star to Mask, can you?
I wish I could present right here.
I don't have an alibi, for the night of the urn was stolen after all. I donned my costume that night and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see me right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle and got torn off. That's all.
Okay.
I don't like the direction this trial has taken, neither have I.
But this is how every trial goes. At least with me, anyway.
You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Mask Star to Mask. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
What?
Alright, Mr. Wright. Left. I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
It's just a sigh. That's so good. I should have screenshot that actually. Alright, I'm saving. I mean, you can't, I don't have an alibi the night the urn was stolen after all. Easy. Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct?
This is your wallet.
It's not my wallet.
Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence, Your Honor.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night.
No!
So I am right, okay. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. What?
No.
Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. Why? Okay, this kind of matches up with the 30 minutes that, Luke Atme says he was knocked out for. I may be thinking too far ahead, but for some reason that kind of got my attention. According to Larry, anyway. Yeah, sure, 30 minutes by car from Lordly Taylor to KB Security.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say?
Of course I do.
And stop drinking that coffee.
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong. You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. All right, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up. In more areas than one. Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day at school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now. Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office?
No.
Huh. That was a pretty good try, Mr. Wright. Mr. Trite, even.
Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway? Maybe because of a fucking letter he got from
Detective Atme.
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
This kid is...
Now then, let's see your evidence.
I'm gonna save, but I know I'm good. Yep, the evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents. Blackmail. Yes. Basically, it says, bring 50 grand.
That certainly sounds like blackmail, alright.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself. In KB Security's CEO office a full half-hour away from the scene of the crime. No! Murder!
So when the thief on the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense. Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge. But to me... well, let's just say that my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company? But did you actually investigate this CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
Not sure what I think of that. At least I know what I think of you. Coffee drinking, Virgil having, fucking, I'm not good at flaming people. I'm too nice.
Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy. No,
we don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Trite?
There is someone else who can testify. This is the person that can do that.
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor? 2 years ago?
Not exactly. But just looking at this picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago. Probably blocked that out of his memory on purpose, I don't blame him. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is this keycard. Yup, that's the keycard they use in the building I work at. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You'll need it to get in that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data. Stark white. Are we done? Oh, thank God.
Well, Mr. Godot.
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 AM on the morning of the crime.
CEO office card found in Ron's wallet used on October 12th, the night of the crime at 1 a.m. Good.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Mask Star Damask in this photo.
It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew up a good cup of joe. It is if you have a Keurig and use K-cups.
So then?
I drink my coffee, that's what. Never mind. Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask Star Damask.
Good job! You did it, Nick! Let's go!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. I've said this already. Besmirching him with the title of thief.
Ellipses. What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections, anybody?
No, Your Honor, go ahead.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight,
Not. This is what? Wait. Are we winning multiple trials and cases now? Hold up.
Court is now adjourned.
I'm so confused. What the hell is going on here? October 13th, 224, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. I can't say jokes, bro. Thanks, Miss Delight, you know. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Oh, pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this, actually. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing! How dare you do this in front of Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself! Ow. She slapped me. Pearly. This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yeah? You're even worse than I thought! Going behind the back of your own client. No. I'll never forgive you! Ow. A double slap. Combo. 6 skills. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? Look, we've got the secret herb back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and that's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. This is feeling really weird. But actually, it was you, Miss Delight, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum? Because he wants to be locked up. But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point of... What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. You should be, like, thankful or something. I know that, and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on. Give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about the feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You,
Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me Buddy. Well, playtime is over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered. Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Isn't it that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, but body? The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. What the 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today?
Helped me out? What?
On October 12th, at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron DeLight was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder.
There's nothing in here.
After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbrued with rage?
Come on. Don't tell me you didn't know.
Who the hell is this blackmail letter from? If you don't want your true identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. and bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Okay, we're gonna find that eventually too. I thought that was from, like, at me for some reason.
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security?
It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of a anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true. But I am a thief, I tell you.
Ron DeLight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time, you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This is Doug Swallow, bro. I am calling it from here. That first trial is important.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. DeLight.
NANI?
Nick! How could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Ah! Ronnie! Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going on? What the heck's going to happen next? my gosh, dude, almost 2 hours. What a trial. What a trial. What is this? Part 3 investigation. Okay. Good God, man. I got some things right. I'm happy about that. I got one obvious thing wrong like 2 times, and but I realized it, right? I didn't have to look anything up, and that's usually when I like hate myself. When the whole when KB security got brought up, I was obviously getting things relatively easy because that was easy. What I was confused about was the fact that we got a declaration of not guilty already. That threw me for a twist, bro. Capcom? Yeah. You guys always know to throw in these damn twists and turns and shit. And I'm invested. I'm always invested, but I just keep digging because you guys tell me to, right? We have to investigate an actual murder! Hell yeah! Thumbs up for getting Ron DeLite a not guilty verdict even though he was arrested immediately afterwards. This is the first time I'm doing this for Ace Attorney, so just comment what you think about just Ace Attorney as a whole, without spoiling anything for me, obviously, which is anything from this point to the end of this game, because that's all I haven't played. But just, if you've played Ace Attorney, comment what you think about it. Comment what you think about the characters, Phoenix, Edgeworth, Maya the Judge, even, you feel me? Along with Ace Attorney, you see what else I'm playing, so if you want to see any of that stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel here on YouTube or following me over at Twitch with the link in the description. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Wear a mask, 6 feet, sanitize, social distance, wash your hands. It's not that hard. You will be declared not guilty if you do that. Haha, that'll be the new thing there. Have a good day. Bye.